Ow. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Bill and this is Trying to Stand, where I try new things in pop culture because I've been living under a rock. Recently, I listened to Hozier for the first time. Shout out to me saying it wrong for a half hour on the internet and not getting away with it. I appreciate you guys for being kind while correcting me. Hozier. I hope that's right, or this will be embarrassing. Hozier. But yeah, I'm gonna be listening to more Hozier. We took the most suggested songs from you guys in the comments of part 1 and crafted this new playlist of songs for me to listen to and discuss and talk about with you guys. I just want to say thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Obviously when a video goes well, but when people are just so kind and responsive and like throwing in their own interpretations or thoughts or things that I missed, everyone's just super chill and nice, even about saying Hozier wrong. So I just want to say thank you. These are the most suggested songs, so if there's songs you want me to listen to, be sure to throw them down in the comments section. If there's other artists, same thing applies. I always need songs. We're going to be starting with, I almost said Into the Woods, to Grandmother's House. In the Woods Somewhere. This is just a lyric video. Ooh, transport me to the forest, sir. Oh, hell yeah, we're gonna rock out in the woods.
My head was warm.
Woo!
The darkness hung.
Ooh, is this a dangerous woods?
Scream in the woods somewhere.
Uh-oh. Investigate that scream, sir. God damn.
Exposed.
Oh. Oh, poor fox.
The storm to end his pain.
He's euthanized a fox. Whoa. Oh, damn.
I'm not done yet.
Good. Hell yeah, sir.
Found something in the woods somewhere.
Damn, that's so... This like bluesy rock alt vibes, but then with like the heaven floaty voice, that's such an amazing combination. Ooh, that constant, that like dun 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 dun. Rugged, I guess, like rough heartbeat, like someone trying to just survive, but I think he was dead. Calling out someone's name till his fever broke, hearing a scream, finding a fox, putting it out of its misery because it wasn't gonna live much longer, but then running from his own predator. It gave me like a circle of life kind of afterlife, circle of afterlife kind of vibe. I really loved it. Like I felt like I was transported into like, it's not your grandmother's woods. It felt like I was in this story, like this, like the beginning of like an epic or a chapter of an epic. I wonder if the idea was he was dead or maybe it was just about facing mortality. Because like I said, seeing a fox, bones were sticking out and his legs were lame. So he put it out of its misery, like seeing a time where life can end by a choice. He's now running from a predator or a beast of some kind in the woods. I don't think he said what it was. Yeah, the creature. Him becoming prey to a predator and his life possibly ending just from how nature worked. Like it didn't feel like, oh, the curse of the woods was placed upon you. It was just the circle of life. And also, if you think about it, if he didn't put down the fox, maybe the beast would have gone for the fox. So by putting it out of its misery, he kind of disrupted that flow. In a sense, while wandering sick, I'd argue maybe even grieving, I clutched my life and wished it kept. My dearest love, I'm not done yet. How many years I know I'll bear. I found something in the woods somewhere. He found meaning in his life, or he found a moment where he ran. Like if he had just lost somebody or suffered in some way, went wandering in the woods, sick, waiting for death or something to happen, forsaking his life. But then when push came to shove and it came time to fight or flight or stay put and die, he chose to run and realized that his intuitive response, like an animal, but like his intuitive response was to value his life and run to protect it from this monster. I think that's the point, is it's like hitting that low, and then through the course of nature, the circle of life that moves us all, he discovered the value of his own life and existence. You can keep going until your body gives out, something takes your life from you. Like he said, valuing how many years he has left. I think he found a means to go on with whatever suffering happened here, because it wasn't, oh, I'll find you, my dearest love. It's just, my dearest love, I'm not done yet. So I'm wondering if his love, or the character's love, died and he was seeking to join her in the next life over, but then found himself still fighting for his life when the moment came. That's amazing. I really like that. And the sound, it was so like grime and gunk of being like sweaty and lost out in the wilderness, and that primal, that dun 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 dun. Like it had like this like blues rock kind of combo to it. I don't know genres, so forgive me. I'm not good. I don't know why I say genre words. I really shouldn't. Like it really fit. Like it felt like we were out in the woods. It felt like fighting for survival. Like it felt very man against nature, but also man against self. And I loved the sound of it too, because like I said, you have all this intensity in the music and like this intense grip, but then you have the soft hand of his voice with it, where it's, you know, the pain, the conflict, the rock bottom, you know, walking until you're in a fever and still calling out her name, combined with the nurturing understanding, now reflecting on this story or possibly even facet of his life. I loved that. Do I need to mention your voice being heavenly and soft? And just how floaty it was too. Like he sounded like you know, in Brave, the like wisps of the forest, like it kind of gave me that like angelical vibe. I liked it a lot. What the hell? Angel of Small Death and the codeine scene? Hozier? You approved that too. We both were just trying to go, oh, Hozier. We did that together. It's just, it's my face put on that mistake. Ah! It's loud.
Somewhere between love and abuse.
That ain't good.
No more alone on myself could I be.
Okay.
Being seen.
Isn't codeine like a painkiller? Ooh, okay. Why is this sexy feeling, but Angel of Small Death makes me sound like you're scary?
Wonder if better now having survived.
Yeah. Ooh, that final chord there was a little upsetting. Feeling of the music, it felt more external. It felt more like a get up and do something kind of a vibe. Whereas the other one, I felt like it was a very soft, intense. The Angel of Small Death keeps kind of throwing me. And codeine, it's like a drug, right? Because that was kind of the vibe I was getting here, where it's like, oh man, like sweetened breath, mean tongue. The way that this is being described, it's like this person or being or experience intense and negative and lucid, but then hooked on her flesh, like addiction. I couldn't tell you if this is about being addicted to like a harsh lover, you know, physically like, ooh, I gotta have it, but like sexy, but then it's like, this also isn't a good relationship. Wonder if better now having survived, like in leashless confusion, like that's sexy, but then it makes me think like being taken out, like hooks are now out of you, either being dismissed or having escaped. Like there's a lot of negativity here, and I'm wondering if it's comparing like those kind of relationships to drugs, where it's like it's something you can get addicted to and you ignore the warning signs, the negative aspects it has on your mind or your body. And like she sounds like she's a bit of a dick. Like she says mean things, and like she's hard and lean. Like none of these words are comfort words, but then like, you know, oh, her straw blonde hair and like lay me down with the rest at her feet. Yeah, it sounds like, yeah, like a heartbreaker, an Electra heart of sorts. But I really liked it because you could feel like with all the venom, the negative, the warning, you can also feel the times where this song gives into desiring this hardened but beautiful person in front of them. You know, like you can feel like I said, like at times it felt like I should be dancing or getting up and moving. Like it has a current and an energy that like goes through you. But then I'm like, wait a minute, but why are we then talking about like you getting hooked on her flesh? Like, you know, I've survived this. Like that's It's intense talk there. It has a good way of like drawing you into the adrenaline rush and the positives and that like buzz or that temporary high before hitting you with the reality of the negatives there. Kind of taking you along on that current of addiction or a toxic relationship or an intense person to be with. I liked it a lot. Like, especially when he just starts doing the oh, like just completely out of nowhere. It felt like that was the oh, she decided to be with me tonight. It was just, you know, oh noises. And that's when I started to kind of feel this dangerous, sexy vibe. Both a warning, but also kind of a, you're gonna need to just kind of learn this for yourself. It was a very reality-based story with like a bit of a lesson kind of thrown in there, I feel like, or a warning. Yeah, I fell for it once too, and if you do too, like, you know you're just human. I hope you don't. Instead of a lesson being told by like a parent or a grandparent, it felt like a lesson being given to me by like an older brother, if that makes sense. I have such a strange relationship with the title of this song because the first handful of comments or people did the opposite, where instead of giving me an artist and no song, some people just put like real people do. And I thought it was people going, trying to stan. You mean like real people do? Like I was getting put down, because I know sometimes the title trying to stan sounds like it's going to be negative. I apologize. I still like the title, but I understand that. It very much read to me at first as, oh, you mean like a real person would do? I'm so glad I asked. After like the 7th or 8th one, I'm like, that's weird that everyone's wording it the same way. Usually everyone puts me down in their own way, but I guess if we're running out of thesaurus pages for how to hurt my feelings. But I'm glad I know now that it's a song. I was sitting there and I'm like, that's kind of rude, but it's a creative sentence. So shout out to you guys for helping me realize that, or this song wouldn't be in this video. This is Hozier's Like Real People Do. I don't know why I read it with such a negative connotation, but I can't unread it like that now. All right.
I have a thought, dear, however scary.
Ooh.
Why were you digging? What did you bury?
Valid question.
Pulled me from the earth.
Oh.
We should just kiss like real people do.
Oh, good. I was worried for a minute that someone got murdered, but it's the opposite. Oh, and now it's all lovely sounding. I'm glad.
Some sad way I already know.
Ooh, got kind of a swamp marshlands kind of sound here. Ooh, like lovely ghosts. That was lovely, and I love the kind of, feel like for everyone else it wouldn't be a twist, but for me it was a bit of a twist. At the very beginning of this, I was really scared. I'm like, oh no, Hozier's dead. If I say your name right 3 times, will you come back to life? But you do come back to life. It's about a new relationship and like finding someone else who loves you, and it breathes new life into your life. It's that reinvigorating presence of a wonderful person entering your life and staying and not wanting to question it, not wanting to know what you were doing, trying to dig somebody up, rolling with it. Like, here we are now, let's focus on that. Yes, there's a little bit here about like a looming bad past or previous bad experiences and like being paranoid or afraid or looking over your shoulder or worrying that something's gonna go wrong here. And it's like, in a sad way, I know that feeling. So I will not ask you why you were creeping. In some sad way, I already know. Like, it's like, I recognize that behavior. We've been in previous relationships or relationships before this one started where things went poorly. So like being a little scared, being a little shifty, like not demanding that you tell me why you behave like that, but I want you to know that like, I feel you, I understand. It didn't pull back any punches. It wasn't like, oh, now life's perfect that we found each other. It's no, life's good that we found each other, but it doesn't take away or change what happened before this. But I'm not here to question that stuff because it brought us to each other. Taking that negative past and not dismissing it, well, that's what happened. Let's acknowledge and accept that. But it led us here. It's a part of who we are. He has that presence a lot in his music where it feels so much like being understood and facing something negative, but then like really encouraging you to take it in, and then he's kind of taking it in with you. A lot of these songs, it feels like it involves us, him, and then the people in the story. I really like that, and I love just how like, it almost felt like the geography of the story changed with just the sound, like being a little bit more bluesy, almost bluegrassy kind of a vibe, like a little bit more, I'm tempted to say steel strings. I don't know why I put this on myself. It sounded less like the woods and more like a marsh or a swamp, like a wetland. Fireflies around you, secluded, dark humidity, the relaxing kind, not the overwhelming kind, but like the relaxing kind. I couldn't tell you why. It just, because of that change in texture, it really made me feel like this was about like a change in state of mind and being. I don't know. I feel like I'm rambling, but I just really liked it. And I loved how, like, even the beginning of it, like I said, it made me a little on edge and scary, but then relaxed me. And I think that's kind of the point here, is very much what his POV character does for this person that he's singing to. It's a scary thought. It's night. There's bugs and dirt. What did you bury? Like, it started me in a very clenched place, but then it was like, it kind of sets you up to be relaxed. It takes you on the journey of the desired target from the POV of the song. Like, as we progress, it's more and more understanding and more reassurance, and that man needs to go back in time and sing me through my parents' divorce, all three of them. I would be able to handle them all a lot better. Damn it, he just has a way of like addressing something concerning and then soothing you through it. All right, and next we have Jackie and Wilson. All right, I don't have a joke here. Let's just do this thing. Ooh, hell yeah. That timed out really nicely, it scared me. Whoo, sir. Ha! Oh, I love that. Me. That's moving a little fast. I love that with the back phrasing there.
Cut clean from the green at night, let my mind reset.
Uh-oh.
She's already left.
Oh no.
I started digging up the yard for what's left of me in our little vignette.
Ah, no! Well, wait, but someone's gonna dig you up later. Hozier Cinematic Universe confirmed through music.
Play some more rhythm and blues.
I could be reading too much into this. It could just be about the order of which I listen to these songs. I think this is the reckless, hurt by someone relationship before he got unearthed in like real people do. Because I found that's a very interesting, unique line to just have come back out of nowhere. Where at the end of this, he's like, I'm trying to dig up what's left of me in our little vignette. Either it's just something he wanted to use later to kind of really showcase the thought or the feeling or see the metaphor through. Maybe he just really likes those kind of lyrics, describing it to being buried and unearthed. He's a bit of an earthy guy. That's what that makes me feel like, because this whole time it's like, oh, like I never really had a chance to feel young. She makes me feel young. We're reckless. I'm already naming our kids. We're stealing cars and pretending like we didn't do it. Just gonna raise our kids on rhythm and blues. Like, it just has this like carefree, no consequences, moving very fast. Crotch first, heart second, brain last line of thinking. It has very much that like rock, devil may care, rebellious kind of a flavor to it musically too. And it's like, yeah, I need to feel youthful because God, I never felt young. Like, this is someone who helps him feel and be reckless and stupid and young. But at the end of this, he's like she's just gone. I don't know where she is. It sucks, here I am, and I'm trying to pick up the pieces of what's left of me out of the dirt. And I find it interesting that he then uses that again in a different song about being unearthed by somebody. I cannot imagine somebody hurting this man. Deep in this swill with the most familiar of swine, like people or lovers or the people that I'm surrounded with don't mean that much to me and I don't mean that much to them, not in that connection kind of way. Here's someone that like sparks and lights that fire. This is it. Like, I want to do everything and experience everything with you. I want kids, take on the world and not have a care. And we tried the world, good God, it wasn't for us. Like, yeah, like closing other things out and off and focusing solely on each other, and then blam, she's gone. This person is the thing you've been solely focusing on for so long that, yeah, it feels like you're now pieces of yourself stuck in the mud, getting buried. But it had that sound too of like a carefree, like intense summer love. But, you know, because again, he's like, I haven't felt this young, I need to feel youthful. It's like, you know, that kind of thing a little later in life, like it could affect a lot more. Like it could affect living together, finances, like taxes, paperwork, who knows? He could be screwed with like paying both halves of a rent. I don't know. It sounds like making a younger person's mistake a little later in life, and subsequently it being a first or an intense kind of a feeling at the time kind of hits you a little harder. But you could feel it in the song, like passion, and like I said, head last. Like it was all feeling, you know, it was very sensory, and it wasn't, you know, very analytical until towards the end. I really liked that. And it really sweeps you away in it too. Like I was sitting here and I'm like, oh yay, they get to feel young together. Wait, where'd she go? She'll come back as soon as she gets cigarettes and lottery tickets, right? There's a life before this song's story starts, and a life that has to continue on after this song's story ends. I love that. It does. It feels like the songs are characters in a story or pieces of a story. Sir, that one excited me and made me sad. And we're closing out the night with Hozier's Movement. This is his dance club remix. Right? It's the only music video we have today, which is interesting. But yeah, let's do this bad boy. Ooh, that goes through your body.
When you move, I move. I move.
Two? We get two Hoziers?
So move me, baby.
Ooh.
Move me, baby.
Ooh, I love that. Like, first Hozier didn't have the experience as second Hozier, so he kind of stumbled at the end.
Or Fred is there in sequence.
Yo, is that really him? Okay, moves like Hozier.
Shake like the bough of a willow tree.
Woo! Sir!
Baby.
God damn! It's like his voice is running on kinetic energy. Damn, the ending of that video is very concerning, but I really like that song. Holy crap, that might be one of my favorites, just like sound alone. Like that felt physical. Like, yeah, it literally, the lyrics are about movement and dancing and grooving. The way that he just would trill and bounce around his own song through his voice, like it just felt like kinetic energy from his sound. You could feel like just the ramp up and the inspiration, the adrenaline, the purposeful movement, and then just the freedom of just doing. First I thought he was warning himself and he was trying to stop himself, but like admires the freedom of his past self. But then I'm wondering if it's just him digging into different facets of these emotions living inside of them, and all of them yielding these different physicalities and movement, and he wants to celebrate and move with all of them, if that makes sense. Like acknowledging the positive and the negatives in his experiences, his feelings, emotions in general, but then taking the time while acknowledging these feelings to also live with them, move with them, let those feelings, those stories, those moments inspire him. Yeah. You're moving without moving, and when you move, I'm moved. Like being inspired by other people. I gotta know if that was really him. Like maybe not the whole time, but there was a couple times where like the camera was pretty tight on the top half of his body, like you would in like those older dancing movie musicals. It looked like him. I don't know. If it was, bravo. That's a lot of good skills to have on your resume. It's about dance. It's about physical expression when like you can't put it with words. So like then resorting to a more physical one. Appreciating these feelings for being so beyond metaphor or word, and the fact that they take on a physical form for him. The feeling, the person, the catalyst for these moments, this physicality, it's so important to him, and it garners such a grand reaction out of him that it is a celebration of expression and feeling. Ooh, I really liked that. Even being grateful and appreciative that he can express himself physically as well, or that this other person takes him, like I said, to that other level of feeling, to the point where he has no rationale for words, just physical expression. Damn, I really liked that. Felt very exploratory too. It didn't feel like, oh, like I've done this 1,000 times. It felt like someone was reaching out. I love the feeling of it. Like it wanted to get me like up and moving and dancing, like from the get-go. Whew. And again, like his voice being so gorgeous, but also so free. Like you could feel the expression, like the desire for expression, like moving through his body physically and then like literally erupting out of him. It was, that was beautiful. Holy crap, these were all like really good songs. Damn. And I didn't cry this time. None of them were like super sad. A lot of them made me feel good inside. Thanks guys, I really needed that right now. It's a very stressful time for everybody, and I really needed just to feel good for an hour. 20 minutes your time. But yeah, there you guys go. What do you guys think of the songs? What do you think of my thoughts? Are there other Hozier songs you want me to listen to? Other artists you want me to check out? Let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like the video if you did. Subscribe if you want more. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate each and every one of you during all this craziness and all this uncertainty right now. All of your guys' support, all your suggestions, all your kind words and encouragement. You have no idea how much that means to me. While you're being mindful of others, take care of yourselves, please.